I didn't ate my plate. I was hungry.
Were you pig? Well, good morning, guys. How y'all this morning? Ain't that some terrible looking corn? That happened yesterday for me. Now the last 3 videos I recorded all was done yesterday, if y'all been my regular viewers and watching them. But this what happened yesterday during that little thunderstorm we had that dropped 1.5 inches rain in 1 hour. And then we got another 3/4 inches later on today, but it was like a slower rain. And then today is sun shining, and tomorrow and Monday we got more rain coming. But every time we get rains for the last 2 months, it feels like it's just a downpour, high winds. So I'm gonna try something here on my corn, because this is actually the bed of corn I planted to get some sweet corn off of. Them other beds I planted with corn in them, they just got corn in them to help draw the nutrients out of the soil, because I think I've overdone my soil with the chicken poop and quail poop and rabbit poop. And I think I done overdone it, and it's got a nutritional deficiency, I think is what you call that, where it kind of locks up. The plants can't get what they need when it's got too much of it all in there. So I had another idea this morning, and I thought I would just video and see if this worked. This here is my chicken catcher stick. I'm gonna cut me some more holes. I have some holes cut in when I harvest my corn. I'm gonna cut a couple more holes, and I'm gonna try to take this stick and stand some of this corn back up. And then I got some tomato pine twine, and I'm gonna try to run about every 6 inches and use this to pull it through for me, and tie it across there and see if I can help this corn from getting blowed down every time a storm comes. And them other beds, I know what's gonna happen. As soon as they get up here taller, we're gonna get one of these storms and it's gonna blow over. I ain't building wire cages to go around them. But if it blows over and it don't get stood back up on its own, then I just pull it out and plant more peas in there to use up the nutrients in the beds, because that's all I'm doing with them this year. So I don't know how this is going to work out. We're going to try to see what I can do here. Y'all see how handy it is having them old lawnmowers from that trailer? Somebody asked me the other day, they said, you sure do accumulate a lot of lawnmowers to ride around. Well, guys, what it is, just like that one there. Actually, that one there was years ago. Been setting up, wouldn't run. Fella didn't want it, he just gave it to me. Well, if you can work on something yourself, you can get them and fix them. I think that in there I had like $125 in it. Got it running, and the deck was all good on it, but I gave the deck to another person that needed a deck, so they actually used the lawnmower to mow with. And then I got that John Deere, and then I got another John Deere that I'm still tinkering on right now. Like I said, you end up with nothing else. Y'all see the kids riding them. It's cheaper for me to keep them things running than it is them battery operated toys. And they handy. They are real handy to have. I got a bigger trailer now hooked behind the latest one I got. I come across that trailer, the tires are running on it, growing up the weeds. Actually, old lady had it, and I just done her hedge trimming. She had a row of hedges down in front of her house. I said, I'll trim them hedges for that. She was gonna give it to me, and I said, no, I'll make you a better deal than that. I'll trim your hedges here for that trailer. Well, I brought it home. Of course, the tires was dry rotted on it, and I had to buy some slime and put in the tires. But it's one of them, actually a lawnmower trailer that dumps. So what I'm gonna try to do here, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. I may have to go get me another. That's probably what I'm gonna have to do. Go get my other chicken catcher stick. So that is holding that little bit up right there. That way I can tie it on here and pull that string through there. So let me go get my other chicken sticks. Now they sell these little chicken catcher sticks here, but I've always used a dip net. I said, I don't know, seen somebody on a video using one. Well, I had these old fiberglass rods. I don't even know what they off of. I think old deer, one of them collapsible deer tents, ground blinds you hunt in. Just took some metal rod, and I think that's cut out of one of these old cow kennels where I had pieces where I'd cut. You can reach in there and grab them chickens by that leg and catch them. So guys, I'm not gonna bore y'all with me doing this. I'm gonna run this through there and see if I can hook it on that string. Pull the string back through. And stand up a little bit at a time and keep working my way through, and then I'll show y'all when I get through if I got it stood back up and what it looks like. This might would stand back up, but like I said, every storm's gonna keep doing this. Now you would think as thick as that corn is planted in this 5-foot bed, and it's already, perhaps some of it's probably 4 foot tall, 3.5 foot tall. You would think it would be dense enough that it couldn't blow over. But you see what it did yesterday. Actually it had me just a little spooked. I done run and got in my pickup truck and was watching. Thought I was gonna have to get out of the way. But it was just wind, I guess. Had a little twist to some of it. Guys, next year, I'll plant corn again right here in this bed because I got this cage made for it. But what I'm going to do when I plant the corn, when I put the cage on here, I'm going to go on and have a bunch of strings run through this cage so when the corn grows, it'll grow up through them strings. The reason this corn blows over so easy in these beds is because the soil's so soft. It ain't like corn's growing in the clay getting a good root hold. Alright guys, I got it stood back up pretty well. It ain't as pretty as I'd like to see it. But maybe I got it stood back up enough with the sun shining, it'll start growing. And what I did, I got up here about this height and I run them strings all different ways, crisscrossing. And that's what I'm gonna do next year when I plant. Go on and have strings crisscrossing about every 6 inches, 8 inches. So when it grows up through there, then maybe that'll help it. But if it'll just give it a day or so, which I know we're getting rain tomorrow, but maybe it won't be no wind, but if it'll give it a couple of days, that corn fast as it's growing, it grows up through them next lines, it'll straighten up and do all right. But I was thinking when I was doing this, for them new people that ain't never gardened, that watches a lot of us on YouTube videos what we do. Just like what I just did just then. Ain't no way it's worth this for 50 years of corn, not where I live. But like I said before, I ain't doing gardening because to get food. I'm doing it as a hobby, but this year it's been depressing because everything you try to do, Mother Nature's just knocking the feet out from under you. But last year I planted this bed just like this. I think I counted, I think I had pretty much exactly 50 stalks of corn in there, and I got like 36, if I remember right, 36 good ears of corn, and then a few more little pieces of corn. Well, what I just did this morning, hot, humid, scratched up like a wildcat, got me reaching through that wire. Ain't no way that's worth 50 ears of corn, not right here where I live. There's people that sells corn they raise right out here in this parish on these same soil I'm planting in here. Well, not the raised bed soil, but y'all know what I mean. That I can get corn, and the thing is, I personally don't even have to buy corn. The way I am, I know enough people I can just go help them pick their corn that they want for themselves, and they'll give me enough that I want just for helping them. Ain't even gotta buy it. But I understand that a lot of people live where they can't do stuff like that. And what I foresee in the future is in these big cities, where they really don't have many farmer markets, you finna start seeing more farmer markets as the food goes up. But what you go buy is gonna be better from the grocery store, but it ain't gonna be no cheaper than the grocery store. And that's what people's got to get in their heads. We in the country always think of it as you go buy fresh tomatoes from the people down the road that raise them, or go buy some corn from a fella got a big corn patch. It's cheaper than buy it from the grocery stores, but it ain't that way no more, even in the country. And that's where some of these country folks can't get in their head. They can't get in their head when they want some fresh eggs that you got to charge them more than they can actually go to the grocery store and get some of them eggs, because the feed's so high, everything's so high nowadays. But it's better for you, and if you raise it yourself, just like me with this gardening, and I've said this before and I'm gonna say it again. Now, this is only where I live right now at this time. This ain't got nothing to do with where you may live. I cannot raise any of this stuff that I raise for what I can go buy it locally for and save a lot of money on gardening. So that ain't why I'm doing it. Just like doing this work this morning, standing this corn back up, or maybe hoping for 40 years of corn out of it. It's not worth it. But anyway, my next task for today is when the grass dries a little bit, and it probably ain't gonna be totally dry, I'm gonna see if my wife will get on one lawnmower, and I'm gonna get on the other and see if I can get orange place mowed. Because as y'all can see, all the rain and stuff is growing up around here. And then I don't know what we might do next. She's over here picking sugar snaps this morning, guys.
They are everywhere.
I plant them in the same spot every year, and they always get loaded down. Me and Colton love eating straight off the bush. Hey, y'all hush up over there.
I hope it ain't no snake.
Maybe been a snake over there acting, I don't know.
You didn't even check.
I didn't check no possum this morning.
Uh-oh.
You gonna help me mow the yard after a while?
I am. I'm ready.
Smell like you got your tanning lotion on already. I'm smelling.
Because I don't want no gnats. The gnats ate me up last weekend. I didn't use my spray.
Want me to go get you a bowl?
I need me a little bucket.
Let me go get her a bowl while she picks them.
I didn't realize there was this many snap
I told you.
peas ready.
You got a cucumber right here to be ready in the morning.
Yay! We'll have us a good salad tomorrow for lunch. I'll be ready when them tomatoes get ready. That's what I'm waiting on. A good BLT. My goodness, these things are covered. Probably should have been got yesterday, but I had to work late.
Well, I got you a bowl.
I need one.
We need to do another stir fry while we got some of these fresh sugar snaps.
We do?
Guys, that's the problem with gardening. You can't never get everything at one time. If you could grow lettuce, have a good lettuce crop, tomatoes, sugar snaps, fresh peppers, but you can't never get them all at one time. Well, you got one?
I threw it down.
You can't never get them all at one time. So that's the problem with that. Because by the time the tomatoes get ready, these will be too hot. It'll be sugar snaps will be over with. And probably what I'm gonna do here is when they over with, plant some new cucumber seeds, because when it gets hot, you can actually keep things going by just pulling up the old ones. I tried keeping things going. It's easier if you just go on and have you some more coming, and when you see the fruit coming on them, go on and pull them other old ones up and just keep rotating you some stuff. Squash the same way.
Goodness.
Yeah, you don't have a pan full.
I'm going to have a pan full. That's what I said. We're going to have to get the neighbors for sugar snap peas.
They get ready overnight, too.
I know it. So they probably should have been picked yesterday. I know. I worked.
Alright guys, it's in the afternoon. Sharon's here finna cook up something for y'all, but I first got a little story to tell y'all. It's been an exciting day on the home place. We did get our yard mowed, even though it was way too wet to mow. Where'd you get stuck? One time?
One time.
Had to go get the side to pull her out. But we got our yard mowed, and then we went and seen my mom in the hospital. And anyways, we come back and we were sitting over there playing a game called Wahoo. Most of y'all probably don't even know what that is. We'll have to show that to you one day. But anyway, I got a phone call from my neighbor next door, which if y'all seen the videos the other day where I planted the trees, that's his light. Holler and bring a fire extinguisher. Well, at the end of this little video with Sharon cooking here, we're going to show y'all some clips of what happened. And I'll tell you a little bit about it. So what you cooking us up for supper, baby?
We're going to have a pork stir fry, which I've actually made inside, but I wanted this grill and, you know, to cook outside on it. So we're going to see how this goes. It goes pretty good inside. So we picked some sugar snap peas this morning, and I got them on here. Cooked some rice. Got some bell pepper and onions. A little bit of cabbage. So I'm just got the sugar snap peas on here because I think that's going to take longer. And then I got my meat on here, but I could pull it off if need to. And got my rice over here cooked, so just cooking outside, enjoying the day. It's beautiful, it's not raining. We've had rain forever and ever and ever, and we're sick of it. So we're just wanting to be outside and not inside on this good, beautiful day. I probably don't have this hot enough, but it'll be all right. We've cooked on it a few times. but this is really, we've done more grilling on it. Little bit of stir fry, but we didn't have a lot of vegetables, so we've just sort of been a hit and a miss at that. But the garden's just now getting started. Got the sugar snap peas this morning. Cauliflower's actually from the garden last year, and the bell pepper and onions that are cut up. So homegrown stuff, food's always better. You know what's put in it, not a lot of preservatives. You know, and they have to have preservatives when it's done in the store. But this is definitely tastes better and is better for you to eat. And I'm definitely not a Japanese chef, as y'all can see. But I bet it eats it. See, I can't even get my beans to flip. You know, one thing about this kind of Asian, Japanese, whatever, Chinese, whatever you want to call it, the one thing about this food is it's usually all with good, fresh vegetables. And it's quick, it's easy, it don't take no time. And I've really just, with my seasonings, I've just put on some, just salt and pepper right now. And that's it. Just gonna add right here. I'm gonna go ahead and put these vegetables on. I don't think these are gonna take very long. And I didn't have any fresh mushrooms because we boiled them all last week when we ate some crawfish. But got a can of mushrooms, so we're just going to add that on there. And it'll make it taste good. And I'm not timing any of this. I'm just sort of guessing because we like sugar snap peas and all that just straight out of the garden. So, if it's not, you don't want it done, you just, you know, want it glazed good. Ever since I saw people cooking on this grill like this Blackstone, I wanted one. If I was very good, I could do those eggs like those people do at the Japanese place, but I'm not that good. As y'all know, I don't usually do the videos. I talk all day long, and I'm good at talking, but I don't know. I get a little nervous when I start trying to talk into this little camera here, but I'm trying. Definitely not perfect, but, you know, I do mostly Southern cooking. We eat a lot of biscuits and gravies and stuff like that. And I have learned by talking to people that a lot of people they don't know how to do stuff like that. So, we're going to do some more videos a little bit later and show just some home cooking stuff. Or just some little tidbits that we do, or was taught by our moms. Because one thing we were blessed with was some mamas that knew how to cook and family that knew how to cook. So we ain't never went hungry, that's for sure. Alright, so now I'm going to put a little bit more butter. And in all of our excitement that we had from next door, my butter got pretty soft because I left it out there just to soften some, but it's pretty soft, so, but it'll be alright. And got some of these old faithful duck eggs that old Lazy and Daisy's been leaving us. Sometimes they hide out. They don't want the coons and the, what was the rest of it in the trap? Possums? Coons and possums getting our eggs, but look how pretty those duck eggs are. If you got access to duck eggs, they are very, very good. I'm just going to put this rice. I actually overcooked my rice a little bit in our excitement from earlier. Thank the Lord that Eddie thought about the rice that was boiling, or could have been another problem. Look how rich these eggs are. I don't know if y'all can see how pretty and yellow they are. Those duck eggs, they got some good yolk. And it is great to cook with, to bake with, everything. I'm just going to season with a little bit of salt and pepper. And just going to put some soy sauce in here. I like soy sauce. But you know, you don't want to get it too strong. Just get it to your taste. Everything pretty well is done. I'm just folding everything over, mixing it good. Man, those people, when they cook for you at the Japanese place, they make it look so easy, and they don't make all these messes that I make. But I bet it gets 8. I'm just going to put some over here on the platter. I hadn't tasted of it, but if it needs some more salt and pepper, we can just put some on it. But I think it'll be alright, because that soy sauce has got salt in it. But y'all see how good this looks? And it makes a pile. It's just Eddie and I, and there ain't no way we can eat all that. But I have a tendency to cook too much. I'm not real good at cooking for just 2 people. I grew up with 5 brothers and a sister, so I grew up learning how to cook for a bunch. So I'm just not real good. So it's a good thing we like leftovers, because we generally eat them till it's gone. You ready to come try it?
Yeah.
Alright, well, it's hot and it's ready.
Let me get over here and see what she done fixed up, guys. I went in there to get paper bowls and I couldn't find them. And I know they're in there. Tastes good to me. I love that bell pepper coming through there too.
Fresh out of the freezer.
Fresh out of the freezer. Fresh
From
out of the
last
freezer.
year.
Fresh from the garden last year, guys.
That's right.
Y'all need to try this.
That's some of last year's cauliflower.
It's good cooked up like this. It was just basically flash froze and then put in Ziploc bags so we could get it out as we wanted it.
So in cooking this, I had 3 of the thin pork chops, breakfast pork chops, that I got all the fat off of, and I just sliced it in little pieces. I usually do that boil and bag rice. It turns out better for me. So it was a family size of the boil and bag rice. And then bell pepper, onions, cauliflower, mushrooms, sugar peas, 2 duck eggs, salt and pepper and soy sauce. That's it. And you got a meal. And a little bit of, I didn't have cabbage, so I had some coleslaw mix.
There you go.
So I put some coleslaw mix in for my cabbage.
Yeah, y'all seen my gardening updates. We had no luck with cabbage this spring, which I got 8 out there that's in the ground. Hopefully we end up getting something out of them. But now, before we go sit down and eat and tell y'all goodbye for today, our excitement a while ago, I'm going to be talking here, but I'm going to put up some clips that we got while we wasn't so stressed. My neighbor called me. He'd been working on his 700 Polaris Ranger side-by-side today. Well, we heard him riding around, and I told Sharon, I said, yeah, Blake was going to change his fuel pump on his side-by-side today, and I told him if I got time I'd run over there. Well, his son come over, I think, and helped him. But anyway, he was riding, and we heard him hit the road out here, and I said, well, he's got confidence it's fixed. He's finna take a road trip on it. Well, he went down the road, and as far as me hearing it, I'm like, everything. I said, he got it. Everything sounds good. He come back, and when he turned in his driveway, about that time my phone rang. And all I could hear was, bring a fire extinguisher. My side-by-side's on fire. Well, guys, only fire extinguisher I had was a little bitty one I keep hanging in my shed right here at the door. I grabbed it and I took off running over there, and when I got there it was already blazing up under the seat, and y'all know the gas tanks on them things is under the seat. Well, I run up there and my fire extinguisher wouldn't work. It was so old it wouldn't nothing come out. Well, when I started backing up, the fuel tank on it exploded and it just really went up in flames. But he had stopped right up under the tree in his yard. Well, Sharon had rode, she just jumped on the lawnmower and rode it over every one of the 0 turns. So I got on it, I come back to the house, which it ain't 200 yards across the lot there. And I got my tractor and I hauled butt back over there, and I run up behind it first, and then I got scared because it was flaming so high, and Sharon didn't get that on video. It was flaming so high, it was so hot, I was scared I was going to catch my tractor on fire. I backed up and I got at an angle where I could just get the front end of my bucket to touch that frame. The tires hadn't blowed out yet, but I knew I needed to get it out from under that tree before it caught that tree on fire. And I just took off and gave it a shove, and then I just wheeled out with the tractor to get out of the fire, because it was like leaving a string of fire, I guess, from the gas and stuff. And it wasn't, what, 15 minutes?
Not even 15 minutes.
That side-by-side was gone, guys.
Yeah.
And it was, every now and then something would pop, and I'd ask him, I said, you got bullets? You leave bullets in there? And he said, no, there wasn't nothing in there. I guess what it was, first the gas tank exploded, and then like he had a battery, and then he had a battery sitting in the back. Well, they exploded, and I'm sure the shocks, 4 shocks, they probably pressurized and it exploded. And then the 4 tires exploded, and you could tell when they exploded because it blew the air up in there in them flames I'm talking about. But 15 minutes, this side by side was gone. Guys, it was back there under that tree when it caught on fire on him. He just turned in the driveway. I run back to the house and got my tractor and shoved that sucker out from under that tree. One of the tires just blew. The tank blew right before I started pushing it out from under that tree with my tractor. So this is the kind of excitement we having today.
Nothing left.
So that was our excitement for today. It really wasn't right here on our home place, but I guess we consider this all one home place now, because that's actually Sharon's cousin, and y'all seen we planting trees on his lot next door because he's kind of like us. But anyway, we've been to sit over here and enjoy our supper.
I didn't ate my plate. I was hungry.
Were you pig? Well, we've been to go over and sit down and enjoy our supper and finish our Wahoo game. And one day, I guess we're going to have to show some of y'all, because after I thought about it, I bet you 50% of you don't know what a Wahoo game is. We're going to just do a video of playing a Wahoo game and how you play it. So I hope y'all have a great day and a blessed week.
See y'all next time. That was pretty good. My rice wouldn't have been so.
That's still good to me. The rice, only reading the rice because we got over in the excitement.
Yeah.
I'm glad I thought about it.
Me too.
The water was almost gone out of it before I got back. But that is good.